Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Genesis Alpha 1 with the 1.02 patch. And as you can see, we are in orbit of something here. Now, that is the merchant. So it looks as though they now have static trading colonies like this. And I have to say, it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? A couple of biodomes rotating with some compartments on the side as well. A little radar dish there. I like the look of that. That's pretty funky. And there you can see, there it is outside the bridge of our ship there. I haven't actually hooked up to this guy yet to see what he's got, so it'll be interesting to see. In terms of stuff that we have in storage, I actually had to build a separate storage compartment, an extra one just here, because we ran out of space, so I couldn't refine the last of the uranium. So our energy levels have dropped a bit. We can delete that once we've sold some stuff and get some energy back. But just to show you what resources we currently have in stock, you can see that we have 20 iron, we have some lithium, some sulfur, and we have 14 uranium. So we have some good tradable resources there to try and get some copper, if this guy has some. Fingers crossed he does. In terms of crew as well, you can see that we have brought in the first 6 random crew members. So we've got Pecky, SG, Rednecks, Misty, who was our captain. Misty is back. Cruz and Panetta. They are the first 6 members of crew to be reinstated to active duty, and we will be looking to try and add more crew members in by the end of this episode, assuming that we can get our energy situation sorted. And let's have a look here at the Endeavour. First Lieutenant Borman is in control, and he doesn't have what I want, but he does have a mini flak, and we never got the chance to try this out. So I might just trade for that anyway. Yeah, I'm going to do that because we never got the chance to try that. So we're going to need copper. Unfortunately, we don't have much in the way of copper. Go with 16 iron and the rest in uranium. Again, we don't have a need for uranium yet, so we'll make that trade. And you heard some sound effects there as we were toggling through our resources there. We have a new gun. It's heavy caliber, so we can't necessarily arm it straight away because we don't have any heavy caliber rounds. But we do actually have the mini flak, right away, which is good because I wanted to try this out last time and we never really got around to it. So let's have a look at adding the mini flak to a weapon rack. It'll come with 1 full clip, I think, of ammo. So let's take the the laser pistol off the rack and put the mini flak on there. And let's grab that.
Access granted.
From here. So there's our mini flak. And then obviously we've got our laser rifle, energy rifle, our acid thrower, and our minigun. So that's ballistic, grenade, energy cells, and then heavy caliber here for the mini flak. It does look pretty impressive, doesn't it? I don't want to fire it yet. I don't want to waste the rounds because we've only got 150, and when they're gone, they're gone until we can craft some more. What do we need to do now? We need to go back to the bridge, and we need to jump into a system that we can actually start farming resources in again. Now, we didn't see anything nearby that had copper, which was a bit of a shame. But we haven't scanned these lower planets here yet, so let's just quickly jump into this system here. Because we do really kind of need copper before we can do anything else. So I'm going to leave the crew where they are, and we're going to quickly do the scanning ourselves. So we'll just hold down L2, we'll scan all of these systems ourselves, see if we can find some copper. Really hope we do get some, because we have a massive deficit of energy right now, and we can't build those expansions that we need for the ship to expand the crew without more energy. So we need at least 1 reactor, probably 2 reactors that we need to be able to put into place as quickly as possible, because we need energy for the biotank, we need energy for the clone labs, and even if we get a clone lab in without biomass, we can't make any clones, and we need a biotank to store the biomass in, so we need both of those. It's not a case of we can get by with just one of them, we need them both. On top of that, we're also then going to need to increase our storage back up again a little bit. We're going to need to potentially add in additional crew quarters. We're going to need an additional greenhouse for more atmosphere. So we're going to get through our energy needs really, really fast. And we want to try and get at least one hyperdrive engine up and running quickly as well. So yeah, a lot of things that we need to buy for the ship pretty quickly. I say buy, construct for the ship, and we need energy for all of them. Some of them little bits, some of them quite big chunks of energy. So the more generators we can build early on, the better. The more reactors. Ideally, as I said, I'd like to get 2 up and running pretty quickly. But if we can only get 1, you know, at least that's enough to get the cloning situation up and running. Still typing away on the keypads here. Let's just have a look and see what we've discovered. Oh, we've got an asteroid belt there, so it'd be dangerous to go in there. We've got iron. Yeah, nothing useful in there in respects of copper. We've done this one. We've got some sites. We've got some uranium, another plant, lithium. What about this one? Another site. Okay, what about this one here? This is the one that we're just starting on, so hopefully there's going to be copper in there. I'm assuming we've scanned this one. Yeah, we have. Look, again, no copper. Some useful resources and a couple of sites, but asteroid belt, so potentially going to damage the ship without shields. So let's scan that last system at the bottom there. It's quite a big system as well. And fingers crossed we'll find some copper in there. If not, we're potentially in a little bit of trouble. And we're going to be stuck with a 6-man crew for a little bit longer. Even though I've got the atmosphere for 1 more crew member as well, I still can't craft one because I don't have any biomass. You know, the biomass on the harvester is only for the harvester, for away missions. When we get back, anything that's on there gets transferred to the ship, and if there isn't anything on the ship, it gets dumped, I think. And no copper in here, look. That's a worry. Lots and lots of lithium and sulfur in this starting area. That's quite useful. Maybe there is copper down there. I don't know. But we want to go back to this system. Was it this system or was it this one? It's that system there has got, you know, good workable resources, as you can see, and 5 sites, because there's 2 on that planet there, and then 1 on each of the other 3. So 5 different locations for us to target as well. So we're going to jump back to there. We're going to go hit that system hard and try and get as much good resource out of there as we can. Try and stock up on sulfur and lithium, build up a supply of turrets and barriers. The barrier in the refinery is gone already. That thing went almost as soon as I ended the recording. The turret just doesn't seem to be responding as fast as it used to, for whatever reason. So that barrier just took a pummeling and has already collapsed. And of course, you know, I don't have any replacements for it yet. I don't think I've even got any resources to craft a replacement yet. Let's have a look. I might have a little bit. I can get a couple of turrets in place. I can get 1 barrier in place. So let's get those crafted right now. That's the 2 turrets. And the barrier. That's perhaps the most disappointing thing, is that by restarting we've lost our level 2 barrier. You can see there, look, the barrier's just gone already. It burnt out so fast. It was ridiculous. And it's being really fussy about where I can place my barrier here as well. There. We just about get it in there. I've even moved the turret here onto this corner piece to see if it maybe reacted a bit faster there, but it just doesn't seem to, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to want to register I'm going to bring it back down again. Stick it there, and hopefully it will register, creatures, in proximity a little bit better. But that first barrier didn't last very long at all, as you saw. So let's go hit one of these planets. We've got 2 sites here. We've got aluminium in orbit there as well. We're going to need to bring that in for our greenhouse, but without the energy it's kind of pointless. So we'll go here. I want the team to focus on lithium, because we want to get some barriers crafted.
Harvester destination set.
And we're going to go looking for those 2 different sites with our brand new mini flak gun.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Launch sequence activated.
So here we go this way. In case you're wondering where everyone is in terms of where the crew members are, obviously 4 of the team are with me on the ship. The 2 in the refinery are Pecky and Rednecks. They are the 2 that are working the refinery for us at the moment. Everyone else is on here. So SG's on here. We've got Misty here, Cruz, and Panetta. Right, let's see. 2 sites to find on this planet. There's one of them. You can see the red beacon flashing.
Accessing archives.
Oh, it's a grave site.
20%.
There you can see the helmet of the fallen warrior.
40%. 60%.
Will we get some harvester upgrades in this system?
80%.
And what resources are we going to need for those upgrades? That's going to be interesting to see. I would imagine sulfur would be needed. Oh, look at that. We've got Decon A. That's quick and easy to find that one. I would imagine that the turret is going to need sulfur to construct on top of the harvester at the front. Oh, we're getting humanoid beam-ins at the back over there. Energy cells. Yep. We've come across those guys before. And there we go. We've got a crashed harvester over there. That's our second site location. We've got some energy cells there as well. What about round the other side? I'm not seeing anything there. Oh, around the back. Oh, got some gas and some grenades. Excellent. So we've got some new ammo types. The grenade ammo is definitely useful, seeing as we have an acid thrower. So it's good to have some supplies of ammo for that. And oh, look at that! Straight away we found an O2 candidate location for a Genesis planet. So that might be our first. Oh, more humanoids. Try out our new gun. Oof, one shot and I missed, I think. Getting some more samples. We've got mantis on the ground over here. I want to go back over this way. Make sure we collected everything from over here. Looks like we did. Yeah, X-ray caster samples, always good. Close to getting another weapon up and running. Something trying to approach the back of the ship. The turret caught that. Is that another sample? It is. We're one sample away from getting our first upgraded weapon already. Well, our first brand new crafted weapon, as opposed to an upgraded weapon. Oh wow, this gun is hard to control. But it's powerful though. Ooh, I kind of like this. This is like a mini flak is right. It's like a mini flak gun, and like an anti-aircraft gun. This thing is interesting. I can't see Oh. I want to try and get out in the open where I can actually show the weapon off a bit. It's kind of it's kind of powerful, this gun. Need to top our energy levels back up a little bit because we've taken a bit of hits. Oh, the harvester's full. They're waiting on me. So we've cleaned off both sites. Let's return back to the ship.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
We burnt through 30 rounds on this thing with just a few shots.
1, 0. Life form detected.
And it's quite hard to target with this gun as well. So we'll get the ship unloaded. We'll go out to the next planet, which will be... we've just got lithium left on that planet by the look of it. No, that's where we were, wasn't it? There. Got 1 lithium left there. Let's go to Galsum's next, I think. Actually, no, we'll go to Raxamot. We can clean that planet in one go. All 5 resources and the site. I'm really hoping we're going to get one of those upgrades for the harvester soon. It would make things a lot easier for us if we could oops, get that upgraded. Oh, one of the other things that's been fixed, we never actually saw it on the playlist, but I have seen it so many times before. When you get 2, I've talked about it as well, when you get 2 Robotniks going in, one's trying to come out of having dropped a sample in, the other one's trying to drop a sample in, and they just kind of spin around each other a little bit. And when you get 3 in there, which has happened, it's more frequent with the black B1s because they're faster movers. They all just kind of pirouette around in a circle, one trying to get out, one trying to get in, and both trying to occupy the same spot at the same time. And it's just a recipe for, you know, ever spinning Robotniks and nothing happening. That should now be fixed. That should no longer be an issue. So we'll see if that ever does crop up in the future, but in theory that should now be fixed.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Don't forget, if you didn't get the patch notes in the previous episode, I will link them in the description of this video as well. So make sure if you want to check those patch notes and see them in full, then follow the link in the description to the Team 17 website with the full list of the 1.02 patch notes. Let's go with the mini flak again. We've got a site to find on here. Where is the site? So we can see it at first glance. Seeing lots of crystals. Ah, there we go. I can just see it there. Look, crashed satellite. Probably should have gone that way first. Got stuff chasing us as well. Oh, look at the recoil on this thing. It takes a while to ready the next shot as well. So you fire a shot and then you've got to wait a couple of seconds before you can fire the next shot. It recoils up quite strongly, and it fires, as you saw, little blasts of a few shots at a time.
40%.
I dread to think how powerful a mini flak 2 or 3 would be. Monstrously powerful. I think we'll save it for now.
80%.
Don't want to waste, the precious ammo that it uses up.
All phases complete.
Oh, we got a new gun. The assault rifle. I actually do like using the assault rifle, and that's quite a nice weapon to use.
Life form detected.
How's our crew getting on? Oh, they're done. They don't hang about, do they? This new super team. They get the job done quick. That's really speeding up our time on these planets. That's good.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So back we go with a full shipment of lithium. No harvester upgrades though, not yet. We've still got another 3 planets, or 2 planets I think. Another 2 planets with sites to check in this system. We've got Galsums and Galcanol. Hopefully we'll get a site on here that's going to have an upgrade
New
for our
materials
harvester.
have been refined.
Oh, looks like stuff snuck on board. Our crew were out, guns drawn, ready for action. Whatever it was must have been taken out by the turret. Yeah, that turret's definitely fired a few rounds. But I think it had already done that before we landed anyway, so I mean it certainly wouldn't have used up 105 rounds. You know, just killing whatever was just there. Not at this early stage. Just need that last sample to be cleared away. There we go. Now we can launch down
Harvester
here.
destination set.
Again, we're going to grab lithium.
7, 6, 5,
And then we'll pay a trip to the workshop once we've got a lot of refined lithium so that we can
0.
take that out of storage and put it into actual
New
resources
materials
in
have been
our
refined.
supply bunkers. Or supply lockers, as I should say, not bunkers.
Access granted.
Switch over to the acid thrower. And you can see now, look, only 80 rounds. That's the new capacity of these grenade weapons, is 80 as opposed to 160. Their ammo capacity has been chopped in half, which I suppose is probably about right. I mean, this was quite a powerful weapon. The iron thrower's had its capacity chopped from 120, I think it was 120, down to 80 as well. Again, I mean, that was an insanely powerful weapon, so kind of makes sense to perhaps limit how much of those, how much ammo you can carry on those.
20%.
Trying to get up high out of this grass because you can't see anything.
40%.
See the crew there, look, harvesting away, all 4 of them in a little cluster.
60%. 80%. All phases complete.
There we go, job done.
Detected.
And we've got uranium location resource. We don't need uranium, we need copper. Tell me where the copper is. Where'd the ship go? Where did the ship go? There.
Life form detected.
Got lost for a second then. More mantis.
Life form detected.
Oh, sneaking up from the other side as well. Sneaky, sneaky. Again, I'm just collecting this biomass as force of habit. We can't actually do anything with it yet. Still don't have a biotank. I'm going to leave that plant there, I think. What is that plant? It's Yari. Yeah, we'll leave that there. No need for that just yet.
Life form detected.
And I so love the fact that we can actually choose what resource to focus on. I mean, you've heard me a number of times say, I wish we could say, you know, just collect this and this only. You know, now we can.
10, 9,
Now we can prioritize what they
7,
grab.
6, 5,
And
4,
it's so much better.
3,
It really is.
1, 0. Life form detected.
If you want to do a quick splash and dash and you only want, say, platinum off a system, or you have a dying, desperate need for sulfur, but there's also 9 uranium and 6 iron and on there, and a couple of plants as well as the supply of sulfur, and you desperately need the sulfur, the only way to make sure you came back with at least some sulfur, if not all sulfur, was to go down yourself and manually try and beat the crew to harvesting the resources. Now you can actually just say, get that stuff, and they will do. I love that. That's such a big change. You know, something we've wanted, and they've listened to us, and, well, not me specifically, but they've listened to the community, and they have implemented that, and that's good to see. I like that. Let's see, we're only using up 10 units of storage at the moment. We've got 4 lithium and 2 sulfur in stock. What we can do actually with that sulfur is we can actually craft some ammo. We don't have any ammo at all for our or backup ammo for our minigun, which I love using. So we need to make sure we get some of those, and let's also craft another barrier as well. So there we go, 16 boxes of bullets added into our weapons locker, and a barrier. Make our way back to the hangar. Is the ship clear yet? It is. So let's head on to the final planet with a site. Again, keeping my fingers crossed that we get a harvester upgrade to be able to increase harvester capacity. That's the one I'm really excited for. Being able to bring back 10 resources as opposed to just 5. That's going to be a huge one for us. And I wonder if they're going to be limited to only crashed harvesters of all the sites that we find on planets. You know, obviously we get satellites like this one over here. We've got a big crashed satellite. We get smaller satellites. We get grave sites. We get crashed harvesters. And I'm wondering if the harvester upgrades are going to be limited purely to crashed harvesters, or if they're going to be available at any of the sites. I guess we'll only find that out through, you know, through playtime, and whether or not, you know, we actually get that many upgrades, because they could be scattered all very, very randomly throughout the galaxy, so they could all be clustered in one small region. They could be all, you know, all over the place, you know, one in each corner kind of thing. You know, we won't really know until we get there. Oh, new DNA fragments. Arachnoids. Okay, we're up against the arachnoids, so we're finding spiders. Ah, yeah, spiders have found me. We found the spiders. Nope, the spiders found me. Gave me a little nibble there. I'll let the crew continue to harvest. Shouldn't take them too long. I'll keep my eye out for spiders and DNA fragments. I was hoping we'd get the clone lab up and running and additional crew in this episode. It doesn't look like that's going to happen now. We're just not getting anywhere with copper, unfortunately. Oh, we've got an ability as well. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be awareness. Awareness usually comes from the arachnoids. Yeah, never mind. We're up to 5 samples already. We get another couple of waves of spiders. We could be getting a full DNA sequence on one journey again, which would be nice. Second ability sample. Another DNA sample. The spawn points have been randomized on planets as well for creatures as well. So they shouldn't always come from the same spots. We should get them from random locations now. There we go. We're back up to full health now. Another another ability sample. Are the crew done? I can't get over how much faster that is. That is so much faster.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
It makes a difference when you've got twice as many crew members harvesting your resources, doesn't it?
1.
Makes a big difference.
Life form detected.
Right, so we've cleaned out all the kind of main stuff. I'm actually going to take somebody back. Actually, no, I'll leave the crew doing this. No, I'll take one of the crew back. Let's see. Let's take Misty
Dismissed.
off the crew here. Misty's going to come work the tractor beam with me. We're going to be in there. So just going to wait for the ship to be unloaded. Let's go and get Misty set up right now, actually, while we're
New
waiting.
materials have been refined. Job assigned.
There we go. And we'll start harvesting the aluminium. Still got 2 crates left to clear. Just have a quick check on status of everything in here. Nothing's touched the barrier yet. Turret's still on 480 rounds, so it's been quite quiet in there. I expect that to change now that we're finding arachnoids. I'm expecting to see quite a few of those sneaking out of some of our containers. Let's send the harvester off for more lithium. And we are going to start working on this area a lot. So, take over this terminal here.
Resources collected.
Yep, nothing coming up. So this is what we're going to need for 2 things. One for our greenhouse, and I'm pretty sure our hyperdrives are going to need aluminium as well. Yes, they are. So again, we've only got 2 units of energy at the moment, not enough. We're going to have to keep our storage situation as is at the moment, so that we, at the very least, got tradable materials.
Resource acquired.
We can always trade low-value materials for high-value materials to reduce how much stuff is in storage. Plus, with lithium and with sulfur, we can always just use those to immediately craft things like turrets and barriers. So we can reduce how much stuff is in storage by that, you know, just by crafting stuff as well, which is useful. But we can't expand the ship any further now without copper. We have to find some copper. That is our biggest challenge, our biggest task. Oh, sounds like the harvester's back. Oh, that's crew quarters. I've gone the wrong way. Yeah, there we go. In fact, let's rename that door. So, ship naming. Aim at a door.
New materials have been refined.
There we go. Rename sign.
Resource beaming.
There we go. So that'll take us to the hangar.
Resources collected.
Something sneaking in behind me. Goes straight for the terminal. Look, the energy conduit. There's something coming down below us. I don't see anything dead down here. Whatever it was is dead. Maybe we've just got something sneaking out at the same time. Let's do the same for this as well. Go to ship naming. Rename sign. To the bridge. Ship is clear, so we can send them out again. Let's see, where do we want to tag? Let's go here.
Harvester destination.
Might come back with our first plant on this mission, who knows. We're going to carry on beaming on the aluminium and killing anything that comes up.
Resource acquired.
Actually, there is one other thing I want to do. Head to the refinery. Nudged out of the way there. I want to make sure that these guys are are refining the lithium before the uranium. I mean, they are at the moment, but I don't think they're going to do that every time, so...
New materials have been refined.
let's rename that door as well. There we go, refinery. That way I don't get lost. So I don't keep getting spun around trying to figure out where the hell I am.
Resource being complete. Resources collected.
Still got some more aluminium to beam on.
New materials have been... Harvester has returned.
Harvester's back.
Resource acquired.
Looks like they're okay. Let's go and double check. Yep, they brought back something. They got killed pretty quickly. And they also brought back a bit of uranium alongside that lithium. That's fine.
Resource beaming complete. Resources collected. New materials have been refined. Resource beaming complete.
Good stuff. We should be plowing through these resources pretty quickly. Yeah, look at that. We've added 14 units to storage, 15 units to storage in very, very quick succession there. And that's it. That's the last of the aluminium. So let's clear out the iron. Something's broken out in the deposit. Yep. See, whatever it was has been dealt with. Just want to check our conduits in here.
New materials
They're
have
all
been
okay.
refined.
At some point we're going to need to add extra deposit spaces, but we're all right now at the moment.
Resource beaming.
We wouldn't have the energy to add in a new deposit compartment at the moment anyway.
Resources collected.
Take a swipe at me, shoot you in the face.
Resource beaming complete. New materials have been refined. Resource acquired.
And we are desperately going to have to find copper. I mean, it's that's our choke point at the moment, is we don't have the copper.
Resources
I
collected.
could remove the weapon lab to get copper to create
Resource beaming.
the generator, but
Resource
the problem with doing that
acquired.
is that I then can't take away the generator to bring back the workshop, and I won't have any copper to craft the workshop alongside
Resource
the generator, so we'll lose the ability to craft any
New
defences like
materials
sulfur
have been
and barriers,
resources
turrets and barriers. We can't do that because we've seen how the turret just doesn't seem to react properly in the deposit at the moment. I don't want that to be the same case in the harvester room. And our barriers just break down very, very quickly because they're not being protected,
Resource beaming.
and stuff just starts running amok in the ship. Don't want to find ourselves in that
Resources
situation. So,
collected.
did we ever send the ship back out again? We did. It's cleared.
New
What's
materials
left?
have been refined.
Uranium, plants, 1 uranium. Let's go there.
Harvester
Get the
destination
iron and the
set.
lithium first. Those are more usable resources.
Resource beaming complete. Resource acquired.
Nothing sneaking on board yet. That's good, good.
Resource beaming complete.
Something's broken out in the deposit and been killed.
Resources collected.
There you see. Was that the crew or was that the turret that was quick to react? I think it's probably the turret, but you never know. Could have been the crew that did that.
New materials have been refined. Resource beaming complete. Resource acquired.
That's it. That's the last piece of iron. So we've picked clean the debris fields. We're still working on the planet over here. Is the harvester out on a mission? It is. So I can't do anything till that gets back. But oh, here it comes. What I'm thinking is that finally the turret springs into action again. There, look.
Harvester has returned.
Luckily the barrier didn't take too much of a hit. Hopefully that'll sort itself out now. Oh, we got an infestation, look.
New
It's trying to
materials
spread.
have been refined.
It's settled there again, look. Clouds drifting. Did it make it back to the middle? No, I don't think it did. Oh. Let's check it didn't go through the wall. Into the corridor. Looks okay. Yeah, I think we're alright. We'll just quickly check the other side of the ship as well, because we haven't checked around in the hangar much. All good. Let's stock up on some more energy cells, because we've burnt through a fair bit. There we go. And there you can see there's our grenade canister that we found, and our gas pack that we found, and then there's the bullets that we crafted for the minigun. Yeah, it's already fully loaded, but now we've got a good supply of spare ammo as well. So there's not really much left in this system. We've got 2 iron there, we've got 1 uranium there, we've got a plant which we don't really need, and some uranium there. So given that we're still a little pressed on space, we're going to actually head to the bridge, and now we're going to start bouncing around, trying to find a source of copper, because we can't do anything else without that. We're kind of crippled in that respect at the moment. So we checked these little systems over here. We know we've got copper all the way over there in a dangerous system with asteroids on top of that as well. We could have something here, this unknown system, and if not, we've got clusters of stars over here that we can look at. We've got some low danger systems here. Actually, they've been partially explored from our scanning. So let's bring some crew back onto the bridge. Let's take Cruz and Punetta from the hangar. Get them back on here. We're going to jump our way block by block down to have a look at this system here, and then we'll move over to this cluster of stars over here and hope that we can find some copper, because as I say, without it we're kind of stuck. So I want to again do another quick look at the trade. Iron, lithium, niter, uranium. There's nothing of any value for us there at this stage, so we'll keep on jumping. And I'll keep bouncing around until I find copper between episodes, and then when we come back, we'll look at upgrading the ship with a new generator and or a new reactor, and expanding to add in a clone lab and a biotank. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. Don't forget, if you want to watch or want to take a look at the full patch notes for 1.02, check the description. The link is in there, and I will see you all again very soon.